How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the crazy interaction between Kennedy from Fox Business and former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani. Now, we all know that Giuliani is the reason why we have the Hunter Biden laptop. If not for Bannon and Giuliani, we would not know anything about the laptop that the FBI had since December 2019. What have they done with it? Has there been any kind of investigation? Did the president know? Did anybody in the administration know aside from the FBI? How about Christopher Wray, the so-called director of the FBI? What did he know about it? When did he know about it? Did he hide it from the president and everybody else to help Joe Biden during the election? I don't know, but I digress. The mainstream media, maybe the FBI, and a lot of others do not want you to see that laptop. And when the story came out, what was the immediate reaction? Either radio silence from the media, they want to ignore it, or like Adam Schiff come out and say, oh, this is Russian propaganda straight from the Kremlin, all this, that, and the third. So I did not think that Fox News would join this same bandwagon of trying to silence the tape, ignore the tape, or discredit it. But here we are with Kennedy speaking to Giuliani like he's nobody. Let's go ahead and roll this clip. It's crazy. You got to watch it. After we get done watching that, I'll talk about what she said in the clip, what Giuliani said in the clip. Then I give you my 2 cents, my deep detail analysis, and then I wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
There are 3 other references.
Right.
And then if you look at the pictures, you see 50 pictures
All right.
of
Come on,
underage
man.
girls.
Here's what we'll do. We will have the people in our news departments verify all of this because it sounds like there may be something here that is fishy, that is causing Americans, it's giving them pause, and other stuff that might have been completely adulterated over the 18 months. And some could say that you were acting like Christopher Steele, that you were abstracting information, and because...
You got to be kidding me. I was acting like Christopher Steele?
That's what it sounds like. When you look at the people that...
You better apologize for that. I mean, I've been a United States Attorney, Associate Attorney General, Mayor of New York City, and a member of the bar for 50 years. I've never been accused of anything. And you're accusing me of being Christopher Steele?
I'm accusing you of acting in a capacity
that you would do that based on nothing.
to Christopher Steele, and that
Similar
you
to
were
a
going
crook?
back and forth between
Similar to
Ukraine
an obstructor of justice?
and the United States.
What you are saying is an outrageous defamation of me, of my reputation. Every single thing is here. And I want you to look at it, and then you apologize to me.
Look at it.
Well, you can come to my office and you can look at it, and tomorrow night you can apologize to me for saying I'm like Christopher Steele. I told you there are underage girls there. There are. I told you there are documents that show that he's getting 10%. There are. There are documents that show that he's getting half of what Hunter gets. There are. And when they're there, I want you to apologize to me because you just defamed me.
Absolutely.
And that's outrageous because you have no basis for that. I came on your show in good faith to give you evidence that is being withheld from the American people, and I get defamed. That's outrageous.
All right. Are you still working on behalf of the president?
I think our interview is now over.
I haven't even gotten to
I
the
don't talk
part
to people
about
who accuse me.
Borat or the part about 1994 and the Video Music Awards. That was the last time you and I were on camera, and it's taken this long. And these, look at that beautiful photograph of
this
you
may
and
be the
me
last
and
time
Bill
we'll be on
Bellamy.
camera because I don't let people call me Christopher Steele. I'm sorry. Christopher Steele is a criminal. You're asserting that I'm a criminal.
I'm
that
asserting
I made up these
that
documents.
Eastern Europe is a cesspool and American
I didn't
politics...
get them from Eastern Europe. I didn't get them from Eastern Europe. You are now repeating lying propaganda from the Democratic National Committee and the crooked Biden family. I had nothing to do with Eastern Europe. I got this from the repairman who corroborates it.
All right. Do you regret...
I have... This is Hunter Biden's material. It is proven 100 times over, and I have a voice recording of him in which he talks about being in business with a Chinese spy master. Maybe you should play the recording and see if I don't have it. It's been all over the internet today. And if you were better informed, you would have known that.
Oh, I've read plenty about this. I have, and it's.
Have you heard the recording that's been out there all day of Hunter Biden saying that he is in business with the Chinese spy master, Patrick Ho, and that his big partner, the richest man in China, may be dead, and that he and his father may be called as witnesses? Did you hear that one?
No, we have
up?
not been able to verify large swaths of the material that has allegedly come.
That's because you don't want to verify it.
I would love to verify it.
Your sister entity, the New York Post, has verified it. It took 5 days to do it.
Yes,
Why don't you talk to them?
I had the opinion editor from the Post on this show.
You think they're printing false material? You think Rupert Murdoch would let them print false material?
Heavens no.
Just because I gave it to them?
No.
Do you regret?
You think I'm an idiot and I'm going to print false material?
Do you regret your interaction in the Borat movie?
No, that's a stupid question, isn't it?
No, it's not
really
stupid at all. I have a
Just intended to
15-year-old
be
daughter. I watched that and I was kind of grossed out by it. I'm giving you a chance to explain.
Well, I called the police when I realized that it was a scam. I called the police and he ran away. Because the minute she said something compromising, I called the police. Whether you believe it or not, I was tucking my shirt in. He made it appear as if it was something different. The minute she said she wanted to give me a massage, I called my security guy and we called the New York City Police Department, who came there, and Borat and his 50-man crew ran out of the place.
All right.
So that's what happened.
Finest
Would you like to ask me any other
in the world?
Any other question to attack me for merely coming on your show to show you what criminals they are from a hard drive that's been verified by about 50 people, including the New York Post?
No, I'll see you tomorrow.
Now,
I'll read it for myself.
Like
I'll put my eyeballs on it. I can't wait. Thank you for your time,
well,
Mr. Mayor.
Maybe you should have done some research in advance.
I did a lot of
and
research.
Listened to the tape recording. I have not loved this conversation. I find this conversation totally insulting. You don't accuse someone of being a criminal without any evidence.
I didn't say you were a criminal.
Speculation.
I did not say you were a criminal.
You said I was like Christopher Steele. Christopher Steele is a criminal.
All right.
Christopher Steele made up a totally fraudulent report. I know that case because I represented the President of the United States and got him acquitted. And I know who Christopher Steele is. Christopher Steele is a piece of junk. He's a horrible person who made up a totally false report, and he was paid close to $1 million by Hillary Clinton to do it. And your media, for 4 years, generated false charges against the President of the United States based on Christopher Steele's fraudulent report. I am not Christopher Steele.
Very good.
I'm glad I deserve an apology for that.
I'm glad you came on the show.
And
Thanks for being here, Mr. Mayor. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm not glad.
I appreciate you too. Okay.
All right, you saw that, you heard that. Now, that was totally crazy. Kennedy, are you on drugs? Are you okay? Like, what's going on in your brain? Why would you do that to Rudy Giuliani? Do you understand who you're talking to? I mean, he gave you his credentials, but do you understand who you're talking to? You're talking about former New York City mayor, a man that is widely respected. You never heard anything about Giuliani being some kind of crackpot or a misinformation merchant. You don't hear that about Giuliani, all right? And the New York Post, for those that don't know, the New York Post is one of the oldest papers in the country. It's like 200 years old, some kind of crazy number. If you guys know the exact age of the Post, let me know in the comments below. This is a very old paper, very well respected, and it's owned by the same guy that owns Fox News, Rupert Murdoch. Okay, they operate in the very same building in New York City. Just like Giuliani said, this is your sister operation. So you think that the New York Post are going to take something from Giuliani and just post it haphazardly? Understand this. This is not Twitter. This is not Facebook. You can't just post whatever you want to post on that particular platform. That platform that they have is not a platform in the legal sense. They are a publisher. So if they post something like that and it's false, it's defaming, they can get sued out of existence. You can't do that. So they're going to verify it like vehemently. Why would she say, oh, we're going to verify it at Fox News? For what? It was already verified upstairs where you at right now in New York Post. Why would you want to verify it again? This was totally crazy. Kennedy probably would get fired for this because now you're trying to say Rupert Murdoch and that whole team don't know what they're doing. They're going to post Russian propaganda, Eastern European propaganda. You're going to get fired for that because now you're talking about your own bosses. Are you dumb? Why would you do that? You've had plenty of sources come forward and verify it. You had Tony Bobolinsky right there on Fox News. Tucker Carlson, your colleague, Kennedy, had him on the network. He presented the phones. It was emails. You got emails, voice recordings, pictures, all of that. You got plenty of evidence from multiple sources that verify what's on the hard drive. What are you doing? Fox News is kind of taking a turn for the worse. Fox News is still the best channel on major networks, but they're deeply flawed. This reminds me of the whole thing that happened on Harris Faulkner's Outnumbered show. And I don't think it was Harris Faulkner's fault. I think it was more about Melissa Francis and Marie Harf when they were trying to say that Newt Gingrich can't mention George Soros as it relates to who's funding all the chaos in these inner city areas with Black Lives Matter and Antifa. I mean, that was a really weird moment. It's like, I never really saw that from them in the past, but now that's kind of a more popular thing. I don't know what's going on. I feel like you got a lot of people on the network that aren't truly conservative. They're just there working, and maybe they're hanging out with some of the more liberal people. Why would you try to attack Giuliani? I don't really get it. I don't understand. Like he said, and like I know, and like I've said before, you never heard anything about Giuliani being some kind of misinformation merchant or a crackpot or something like that. You have verifiable evidence right there on the laptop. So what are we even doing? We all know what's going on with these people. I mean, Joe Biden himself got on TV and bragged about the whole Victor Shokin thing. He got on TV and said it himself.
And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, no, I'm not going to, we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I said, you're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Well, son of a got fired.
Victor Shokin was investigating Burisma Holdings, which was a company that Joe Biden's son, Hunter, was getting paid between $50,000 and $80,000 per month to be on the board. 6 months after his discharge from the military for testing positive for cocaine. Okay, how can you say that? Look, you got videotaping pictures of Hunter Biden smoking crack pipes, and he was discharged from the military for that exact same reason, for crack. He failed a drug test and popped positive for cocaine. That's crack. So everything matches up. The emails match up, pictures match up, dates match up, everything matches up. You got Joe Biden on TV talking about this years ago with the CFR. What more? Why would you attack Giuliani on Fox News? I expect that from a CNN. I expect that from an MS-13 DNC, but not Fox. And at a certain point, they're going to lose credibility like this. I will fire her right away, because if I'm trying to maintain my credibility and reputation as a network over on Fox News, I would eliminate those that are just going to come against what we got going on. All right. I understand you have some guys that are just like Juan Williams, people that just are the antagonists, are the differing opinion. I get that for the five. But when you attack Giuliani one-on-one, what are you thinking about? Are you stupid? This is crazy. So as I close, I want to say this. Fox News is a good network overall, but they got a lot of deep flaws. Okay. Chris Wallace, Melissa Francis, Marie Harf, Kennedy, obviously, Lawrence Jones, a lot of these people on the network, Jedediah also, these people on the network don't really have all their, it's just not really, they're not really on one accord, all right? If they could be on the same accord with Tucker and Charles Payne and Gutfeld and all the other guys, then they'd be pretty much good to go. But since they're not, it creates kind of a weird imbalance. And it makes it like CNN Light when I don't want CNN Light. I want Fox News. If I wanted CNN Light, I just read their actual website. It's the same thing as not having the bombastic anchors like Don Lemon and whatnot screeching at me all day. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that Kennedy was correct to question Giuliani like this and to accuse him maybe of, not really being truthful and spread misinformation, talking about Eastern Europe being a cesspool? Was she right to do that? Was that just critical journalism? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Or was she dead wrong? You're on Fox News. What are you doing? If you want to do something like that, go to MS-13 DNC. Go to CNN. Go to the left-wing media. Can we get at least one major station that's not compromised by these leftists or by leftist thought processes? And like Giuliani said, do you think that the New York Post, one of the most respected papers in the country, one of the oldest papers in the country, will print false information? You know, you think they're not verifying it independently? Having their own people talking about, are we going to verify it? You think they're not doing that over on New York Post? I mean, come on, be for real. Am I right here? Am I wrong? Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.